How to refill your plain liquid stevia bottles. This is a little trick that's going to be far more economical, I can tell you that. You're just going to need a few items, such as this. These Pyure stevia drops, these are like my favorite thing ever, but they also retail for $5. There's supposed to be 100 servings in this bottle, but it's certainly less than that because they only last a week in my house. So that's like $5 times 4 weeks, equaling around $20 a month, which I used to spend. But if you look at the ingredients here, it's just water, alcohol, stevia, and citric acid. Now the citric acid is a preservative. The alcohol is also a preservative, and you know what? It doesn't last long enough to go bad in my house. So the citric acid component, not that important. And refilling this without it, it's just one less preservative in your body. Not that citric acid is so bad. Certainly there are much worse preservatives out there I could name. But moving on. Yeah, this little pepper shaker you see here of Pyure stevia, single ingredient. That's the only thing in it. Single ingredient stevia, organic as well. Is only $10 on Amazon. And it is so potent that just a half teaspoon is equivalent to nearly an entire cup of sugar. One of these shaker bottles is probably equivalent to 5 or 6 pounds of sugar in my estimation. They last me 3 or 4 months depending on the season, whether or not when I drink coffee, I tend to use more. In the summertime and I drink tea, I tend to use a little less. There's less bitterness to kill, but yeah, so here's another ingredient you'll need, vodka. Now, this is just what I'm using. I'm not going to use top shelf. There's no point in it. All you have to do is get the cheapest bottom shelf stuff. This happens to be, I like it. But this happens to be 100 proof. It could be 80 proof. It doesn't really matter. This is just kind of what I have sitting around the house most of the time. And then you're just going to need a few more tools. A teaspoon, or a half teaspoon in this case. And then you'll be requiring some. Now this is a shot glass. It's 1.5 ounce. The little bottle of Pyure stevia sweetener is 1.8 ounce. So I'm using that as my measuring cup. And then you'll also require a funnel. Very simple tools of the trade here. Just make sure that it's going to fit inside of your little sweetener bottle. Now you could use tincture bottles if you wanted to. You can order those online. They're not expensive. But I got this little plastic bottle laying around. Not that I like plastic. I would prefer glass. And likely down the road I will get a glass tincture bottle to do this. But, reuse the plastic. It's fine. So you're just going to fill up your little shot glass. Or if you have a small measuring cup. You want about, I would say just under 1.4 ounces. Just to make room for the amount of powder extract. And leave a little air in the bottle so you can shake the heck out of it. All you got to do is just pop the cap off of this. It seems kind of like tricky, but it's not. You just give it a slight twist, and it pops right off. This bottle is currently empty, as you can see. Now the first thing you're going to add is your dry ingredient. So take your funnel. Like I said, make sure it fits. Then you're going to take your single ingredient stevia powder. There are other brands you can use that are even cheaper, but boy, they are not good. I don't recommend them. This is the brand I recommend, highly recommend it. They don't pay me, but I've gone through the gamut with all of these various powders. Now is not so bad, but they are all have a funky taste. Some of them taste fruity. Some of them are really not good. This one is just sweet. That's it. And the powder clumps in the way that you would expect single ingredient powder to clump. Whereas some other brands, I feel it doesn't list it dextrose as an ingredient, but I feel like it's in there because it just pours too easily. So yeah, and you'll see how it clumps up inside the funnel. You're just going to add this. Just kind of shake it about, get it in there. Now, once you have that done, all you do is just add your liquid ingredient, which, is your vodka. I'm trying not to spill it here, but filming and pouring at the same time is a bit tricky. Slowly, so you don't spill any of it. And there you go. You can kind of see it floating around in there. It does not mix well. You're going to need to shake the living life out of this thing because it will eventually, because of the alcohol, it will eventually dissolve perfectly. But yeah, you're going to have to shake the heck out of it for a while. And then just kind of anytime before you use it. I mean, it always says that even when you buy it on the back, shake well before use. And there's a reason, because sediment will clump at the bottom. And so yeah, you just shake it. Yeah, and any old vodka will do. It really doesn't matter. I mean, this is made in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania proud, Just want to eyeball it. Add a little more if you feel that you need to add a little more. In this case, I had to add just a little bit more. But like I said, you don't want to fill it to the very top. You need a little bit of air in there so you can shake it. And you just take your lid and just pop it back on there. And yeah, just twist it till it pops. You'll know it'll click in place. And yes, it's airtight. But just be sure that it's clicked in place. That little gasket should prevent it from spilling out. Yeah, I mean, you can get this on Amazon. You can get this on Walmart.com. Have it delivered right to your house. That's what I do. I've never seen it in a physical store. I always order it. Now all you do is just take your little container. And like I said, make sure that it's not leaking. And then just shake the living hell out of it. And there you go. Now, it is best to give it like an hour to really fully dissolve all the powder. And just shake it periodically before you use it. Because you might see just a little bit of sediment. But that sediment will definitely go away after a little time. Yeah, so there you have it, folks. A much more economical. Yeah, you see that sediment in here? That will go away after about an hour. It'll fully dissolve.